Streetbeefs, La Familia, what's up, y'all? Face with ya. Man, just touched down back in country. Well, not in country, in the States. Been in PR off and on, non-stop for last couple weeks. Wanted to speak on something real quick. And I know I just shot a vid on this, but I want to get a little deeper, okay? First, and I posted this on Facebook, you know, people with the Ngannou Fury fight, like, it's not about who landed the most shots, it's about who landed the better shots and the more damaging shots. Have I not been saying that for many years? Is that not what I argue every time somebody disputes one of our decisions? Okay? And that's, if I'm telling you, if you go onto Insta, onto all the different social media sites and read the comments, that's the argument. Because you can't really deny that Tyson probably landed more shots, but I agree. I think Ngannou landed the better, more effective shots. And I feel like that's what a fight should be. I feel like if somebody's landing, let's just throw numbers out there. If somebody lands 8 good hard shots, the other guy lands 15, but they're not doing shit, I'm looking at the dude who's landing the better shots, okay? And I've been saying that for a minute. Just, you know, and I'm seeing so many comments, it's clear to me, I think sometimes, I know, when I see people arguing against a certain decision in the comments, it's because they don't like the fighter that we gave the win to or the draw to or whatever. It's clear. Because obviously people get how to score boxing, it sounds like. Secondly, I want to get into the deeper part of this. And this, you know, may piss some people off. If it does, it's okay. Look, you know, there's folks now talking about, see, this shows boxing ain't shit. Ngannou, an MMA guy, just went over and beat the best boxer out there. Well, look, I can go clear the other way and say Jake Paul fucking beat up on 3 ex-UFC champions in the ring. He's, you know, he's a good boxer. He's not one of the greats right now. And he beat up 3 ex-UFC champions. You can go back to, well, they're past their prime. They're, okay. You guys are the ones that call him a YouTuber and say he ain't shit. Just saying. I mean, if Jake Paul did that to them, what do you think Canelo or one of them would do? What do you think an older great like Shane Mosley, who actually had some punching power at his weight class, would do? But that, again, is not my argument. You know, I have people all the time, and I'm going to not stay on this part too long. Well, MMA fighters are going over to boxing all the time. How come boxers don't go over to MMA? They have. Clarissa Shields, who is the biggest female boxer right now, just went over and did a couple MMA matches. That's one. A lot of people forget that Holly Holm was a boxer. She was a boxer, a highly decorated boxer. And she went over to MMA after her boxing career was over and then won a UFC belt, okay? Holly Holm was a boxer. Shannon Briggs went and fought and won a K1 match versus an MMA fighter. Francois Botha went in and fought Remy Bojanski, who everybody knows is a killer. He also fought, I can't remember the other guy's name, big-time kickboxer, beat him, butterbean win, and fought MMA and boxing. Ray Mercer is my favorite example, and people hate it. They hate it because it was an ex-boxing champ versus an ex-UFC champ, Tim Sylvia. And Ray Mercer came out, overhand right, starched him. Everybody says, oh, Tim Sylvia's trash. He had a fucking UFC belt. That's one. 2, he was younger than Ray Mercer at the time that Ray Mercer sparked him. So don't give me that boxers haven't went to MMA and kickboxing. They have. Okay? Bottom line is right now, as you can see, people are making more money going over and doing these fucking boxing matches than they are in MMA. It's a lot of you MMA fans who are arguing that MMA fighters should be paid more, and I agree. I believe if they're a pro MMA fighter, they should get paid. But that should be your proof that, hey, why would a boxer who's making good fucking money boxing go over and do MMA for what? These guys aren't in it for their ego. They're in it to get paid. That's why they went pro. But I want to say this last thing. I don't believe that it's ever about the art. I think it's ridiculous when people say, well, if this art fights this art, this proves this art's better. I've never believed that. Never. I always believe it's about the man. I do. I believe it's about the man. Back to Ray Mercer, Tim Sylvia. Both were older guys. Tim Sylvia, I think he's like 6'6" or 6'7". Ray Mercer was washed up at that point. Tim Sylvia should have had all the tools to whoop him, but Ray Mercer was just the better man. Okay? And I think that's what it's really about. It's who's the better man at that point, you know? Does having a few more tools in your bag help? Well, theoretically, it does. But it don't guarantee shit. It does not guarantee nothing, and that's the mistake. You know, look, as far as MMA, I love it. I love it. Right now, Poatan Pereira is my favorite MMA fighter out there. I love that dude. My first 16 fights in the yard was MMA. We didn't even have boxing back then. And in fact, when I first started Streetbeefs, I said I was never going to allow boxing because I wanted it to be like a street fight. But times have changed. But I've always loved boxing. It was my first sport, my first love. I just think it's crazy for the two sports to be so at odds with each other. To me, that's crazy, you know. And again, guys, if you think, hey, well, this proves that a MMA fighter can go in and whoop a high-level boxer, it proved Francis Ngannou could. Francis Ngannou's terrifying. Have you seen that dude's highlights? This motherfucker barely glancing people when they're going to sleep. So, you know, Francis Ngannou is an exceptional human being. By the way, I had him picked to beat John Jones if they fought. A lot of people don't like to hear that. I had Ngannou picked. He's just got otherworldly, terrifying power. He's strong as an ox, very physical, and he's just a dog. Okay? It's the man. Francis Ngannou's a bad man. Okay? Tyson Fury, I'm not going to get too deep in it because I don't want it to be like I'm hating on the dude, but, you know, I just always hated that for a professional high-level boxer, you know, he didn't appear to be in better shape, even though he was in great shape. You know, I liked guys like Wilder and them, but Tyson's a great boxer. He's a great boxer. Ngannou's a great fighter, period. But the bottom line is, it's the person. It's not the art, guys. It's the person. That's my opinion. Drop your comments below. Let's have a fist fight in the comments, debate-wise. Y'all give your opinions. Keep them respectful. You ain't got to cuss each other out. You can cuss me out if you want. I'm used to it. But be respectful. Give your comments below. Last question. If Ngannou fights another boxing match, who do you want to see him fight? That's one. Second question. If you could see one boxer go over to MMA and fight, who would it be? Yeah, look at this shit. Man, turn that bullshit down. Fucking Esteban. Hey, look. If you could see one boxer go over to MMA, who would it be? I would have never picked Tyson Fury for a lot of reasons. I think his 6'9" frame, or however tall he is, would make him susceptible to certain attacks. I just know I wouldn't have picked him. I would have personally picked Wilder, or somebody smaller like Tank, Gervonta Davis. I would love to see him try it at some point. But give me your thoughts below. Answer those questions. Appreciate all y'all's support. I'm bouncing back to PR. See y'all soon. Peace.